Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyra Omilade, your Goddess Guru, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. I love helping women align with their life purpose so that they, you, me, we all live confidently and courageously the amazing, wonderful, glorious lives that we know we deserve. It's all about, hey, doing you, goddess. All right. So I just wanted to get on today and share a stream that was going through my mind. It has to do with me thinking about how am I doing this work? Why have I gotten on this path of sharing wisdom, and especially sharing wisdom to help women understand exactly what cycle are they in, and to understand their energy as I see it. A woman who doesn't understand her energy and is not keeping up with the cycles that she is living is a woman who may find herself distracted, caught up in a relationship that is not working for her. Maybe this woman is someone who is working a job or in a career that is not fulfilling, not paying her what she knows she is capable of making, because no one can pay your worth, right? We already know that. But you can get nicely compensated. And so, what I was thinking about is how I actually started doing my own readings. And that was because I was thinking to myself, there's no way. Every time I need a reading, I'm gonna have to call somebody to get a reading. Okay, no. Plus, it was my godfather, and I was like, this man is busy. Like, he was a priest, but he worked for a university. So I was like, nah, I have to learn how to do my own readings. And so I was also thinking about how for a lot of people, it's difficult for them to do their own readings. But for me, because I am willing to be exceedingly honest with myself, it's like, if I see bad news, it's like, thanks for letting me know, Oracle. I don't lose it. But um, sometimes it does really help to have someone else look at your energy, because there's a lot of times a blind spot. Even I have a blind spot. And for that, I work with coaches. Coaches help me to see my blind spot. But what I was thinking about is, in all the years that I have been doing readings, what became clear and evident to me is, um, you know, if you know what your blueprint looks like and you know what energy you're working with, then more than likely you're not going to get distracted. And so the more I did my own readings, the more I realized, there might have been things that my ego said go for. And the oracle said, hell no. Don't do that. Don't do that. And I was like, wow. And it would work out every time. And so the other thing and so I've seen so many people, had they known what cycle they were working in, it's painful actually to watch and to know, man, all this person needs is a reading. All this person needs is to get some clarity on um, their their life, and they won't be so lost. There's so many people when I was in that early phase of doing readings, and I would perhaps do free readings for friends, and they would not listen to me. I started getting a clear boundary. You don't listen to what I say or what the oracle says, because it's not me, and then I'm not going to divine for you. And I had one friend consult the oracle and didn't listen to it. And things worked out really poorly. and then she came back asking the oracle another question. And I said, I will not ask for you. You didn't listen the first time. And now look at where you are, you know? And so yeah, I just realized lack, and it's really a game that's been played on us, this making us feel fearful of ancient wisdom and technology. Is really a game that's been played on us. And it helps to keep us perpetually lost. And that's one of the things that I've noticed with the Goddess Way is, you know, if you look back at history, there was a time when goddess-based traditions were prevalent and prominent. And then something happened, and the divine feminine not even just took a back seat, but was suppressed to the point where, you know, everything is so out of balance right now because it's just way too much masculine energy. Even though, as feminine as I am and present, I still have had to just like realize I can be very masculine in my thoughts and the way that I approach, you know, and it's nothing wrong with the masculine. It's just too much feminine, and not too much of anything is not, it's not healthy. We're constantly looking for that equilibrium is probably the better way to say it, or balance is another word. And so, um, you know, here we are afraid, we women folk afraid of our own power, and moved away from our traditions, which we are the oracles, and and we don't trust ourselves. We don't trust our inner oracle. But that's the beauty of a reading is you can, if you can get a reading from someone, it will help you to get more clarity on what's going on. And that's the thing that I love about doing readings. It's like my job is actually not to be predicting too much like specificity. A lot of times that's what people want. They want someone to tell them exactly what to do. But the more empowered place is to understand the impressions so that you can watch for what's happening in your life, and you know the general energy that you're working with. Let's say you're working with the creative energy, you're working to create something, or to manifest something in your life. And you know, okay, it's a creative time. When you're aware of that, you may not be told specifically, this is exactly what's going to happen on this day with this person or whatever. It's better to know, okay, when this creative nudge hits me, or you know, maybe I'll do some rituals that have to do with creativity, and to walk aware, you can see the next step to take, because it's all about being empowered, operating from your own power. Like I never want to be in charge of someone's life so much that I'm the only one that can look at their energy. Um, and so, you know, that's the next level, teaching people how to look at their own energy, teaching people how to read their own energy. As soon as I tell people who know their time of birth, okay, let me tell you what you are. Your sun is this sign, your rising sign is this, your moon sign is that. You don't have to know anything else. Just listen to people who do good astrology, and you will know so much. Because when I started out in astrology, I only knew I was a Pisces. Finally, I figured out my moon sign and my rising sign and what they meant and why they were so important. And so I started, now my sun sign, it would be on point, the horoscopes I listened to. But the moon sign and the rising signs were even more on point. Like I've gone from saying I'm a Pisces to the first thing I look at is for my rising sign, Scorpio, because it's way more accurate, right? As soon as I show people how to read their energy, then that automatically confers power to understand the cycle. Even if it's something like you just have to listen to a horoscope by somebody, you still way more empowered than the people that, first of all, don't know their signs, or and then don't even think to listen to an astrologer for just their sun sign, right? You're way further ahead, not knowing anything about astrology. And so it's so important to understand our cycles and to say, I want to operate from an empowered place. And that empowered place is being able to read your own energy. And it's not even all the time. The last thing I'm going to say, because this is what made me make the video, I was like, I've got to put this on video. The last thing I'm going to say, and it goes back to what I was talking about, it's not about knowing the specifics. it's about knowing the impression. So if I know that I'm in a time for learning, then I should be learning new things, right? And if I'm not aware, because at my age, I've been through these cycles a number of times. And there's one that we in astrology call profection. And you repeat these cycles every 12 years. It's a 12-year cycle. I'm 50. So I've had 4 of these cycles. And only the last few years have I been keeping up. Well, really, probably about 2 years is how long I've known perfection. Only about 2 years have I kept up with this. Had I known at that time, maybe I would have been more intentional. Let's say it's a year for learning. I would have been more intentional in what I was learning. You know, there's times when I might be thinking, why do I feel like I want to learn all this stuff? Why do I keep taking all these classes? You know, what am I doing? And maybe talk myself out of it, right? But if I understand I'm in a time where I should be learning something new because this is going to help me improve in some kind of way, then I will be more inclined to do it. Just like, you know, it's about not missing the opportunity when it's there. And it's not about, a reading is not about, I am predicting. I'm hearing so many of the best astrologers say predictive astrology is not what they like to do. They would prefer to help people understand how to see the impression and trust your gut, trust your spirit. This is so important for the divine feminine beings. We have to learn to trust our own guts, our own spirit. And look, I'm in a coaching program called The Gutsy Boss, and be gutsy in life. Okay, be gutsy about what you're doing and go for it. That's the thing with us goddesses a lot of times. You know, we don't trust our gut. We sort of know where we should be going, but we're not certain. Then we second guess ourselves because we're not trusting our gut, and we don't go in the direction that we thought we should go in. And so then we just keep finding ourselves being setback, setback, setback. And so this is the beauty of divination. I consider myself to be someone who is about wisdom. I like to share wisdom, but more than anything, I like to help people tap the wisdom within themselves. I want people to know we have the power within us, that we don't have to fall for what has been sold to us, which is, oh, you don't know, don't trust yourself. You've always got to go to somebody else, right? This is not true. This is absolutely not true. And while I can be honest with you, the more I learn about astrology, numerology, even Meridian Lagoon, I'm telling you, the more you study, or the Metu Neter, these are all different oracles from different traditions. The more I study, the more I realize it's super complex. You know, even people who are psychic readers, they are doing something to hone their skills. You can never just stay in one place. You've always got to be able to take it deeper, because people sometimes they really need the deeper wisdom. It's not this day-to-day type of wisdom. And so, yeah, I mean, I will always have, the ability to set up shop, do one-on-one readings for people. It's important to get a big reading done for yourself, maybe once a year. I love doing the birthday reading, right? I'm also I read for myself every day, but I do a big reading for myself once a year. And then, I'm studying that reading the whole year. Every reading I do is like, okay, I'm looking at that big reading, seeing how it's playing out. We need people who can read a lot, who can read in depth. I'm telling you, astrology goes like so deep. But the more empowered way to approach this, and this is why I do what I do, is for people to be able to read for themselves in a way where they freaking actually trust it and do what the oracle says. I use a pendulum. I don't care what I use. Man, I would animal totems, clouds, signs like synchronicities. I will use anything. Anything. Rainbow is one of my main signs. When I see a rainbow, I'm like, okay, everything's good. I'm good. You know, this is the goddess way. This is the goddess way. And putting women in the position of power and trusting themselves and aligning with their truth, that's what I'm about. And the more, no matter what message we get from the world, the more we align with our power and operate from there and align with our truth and our destiny, the better the world becomes, period. The better our men become, because I'm a men lover. I don't dog men. I have sons, okay? You'll never hear me bash men. If someone does something wrong, doesn't matter if they're male or female, I'm gonna talk about it. Do I talk about the oppression of women? Yes, I do, because it's real. You know what I mean? But that's not what this is about. Let me put it that way. Because, yeah, I have sons. I have a husband. I have nephews. Never. You know, I've got to be better so that they will be given permission to be better too. That's just how I see it. But yeah, just watch. Just watch. The better you become, the better everybody around you becomes. And so, yeah, that's why I do what I do. Don't want to belabor this too much. Thank you all so much for watching. I would love it if you would let me know. Do you do your own readings? Do you trust your gut? Do you understand how to keep up with your own cycles? Give me some feedback on what you think about that. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, please, like the video and comment. And if you are interested in getting a reading or joining my memberships site, it's called the Inner Circle, Goddess Body Mind Spirit Inner Circle. I have an academy in there. I have weekly readings and monthly readings, all kinds of stuff. But more than anything, that inner circle is to help women stay aligned, stay focused, and to bloom and blossom as you were put here to be, and to be empowered and to be happy. And yeah, it's time for us to stop being lost in the wilderness, goddesses, and to embrace this power within. Love y'all. Take care. Thank you so much. And remember, may the oracle be your guiding light. And just remember, you are the oracle. Peace.